If you're a high ticket closer who is hungry to learn and grow, you want to be the best, welcome. My name is Zach Carbis. I started high ticket sales 4 months ago, and in those 4 months, I have collected $320,000 in cash. I've sold deals up to $48,000. And on top of that, I hit my first 12K month in 73 days of high ticket sales. This channel is for me to document my learnings and ultimately help as many people as possible on my journey to 50K per month and beyond. You have absolutely no reason to listen to this video and not take notes. Take notes, learn, post those learnings in the comment section below. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the inside. All right, let's jump into it.
Truck mechanic, whether it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the day or 3 or 4 at night, they used to ring me, go to the other side.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, right.
As well, I know we have 45 minutes carved out on the calendar. Sometimes these calls can range up to the full hour. Like, we just, is that all right with you? Do you have any hands?
Yeah, that's fine.
Great stuff. Now, just to give you a bit of background around me, pretty much, as you can see, my name is Martin. I used to be a shift worker, so I was a truck mechanic.
So this is a weight loss call, and he's basically going into his background, giving him some authority.
Okay.
Not bad.
Starting off, can I get your age, height, and body weight just so I can see where you're at?
I'm 42. I just turned 42 the other week, and I'm 17 stone. 17 and a bit. That weighs
Bro, stone is so hard. Far out.
What is your height?
I think about 5'9".
Oh, okay. 17 stone is 108 kilo, and you said 5'9", right?
Damn.
Yeah, roughly.
5 foot man. Cool. And what was it that you do for work as well? I don't have that here.
Just maintenance.
He's thirsty.
Shift worker.
When you say
Okay, maintenance, shift worker.
maintenance, like
Building maintenance.
Building maintenance. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What sort of shifts are you doing that?
So I do a continental shift pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 4 on, 4 off, 6 on, 4 off, then 4 on, 6 off. It took me a while to remember that.
6 off.
It's not consistent, mate.
4 on.
The 4 on, 4 off.
Yep.
Then 6 on, 4 off, then 4 on, 6 off.
Okay, great
Yeah,
stuff.
it took me a while, so don't worry. And that's a mixture of nights and days. So,
Shit, man, that must be taking its toll.
Some nights and days. Great stuff.
Like, you can bring that into deep pain. How does it make you feel, like, having this weight against you, even on your shifts where you're night and day?
So, I guess if I was to snap my
Just grabbing things in throughout the call and knowing when you can use it later, it's very good.
fingers and you would be at your absolute dream weight tomorrow, what would that number be for you?
I don't know what the weight would be. More. Basically, just struggling with the belly is all. But, you know, you can get a bodybuilder and a beast person and they weigh the same, you know. So it's not so much a weight I'm looking for, more just how I look in the mirror, you know.
And what was the number for you that you felt your best at when you looked in the mirror?
I don't know. I think when I was at my best, I didn't really look in the mirror that much. It was more seeing myself in the mirror, but afterwards, like recently, I'm fucking hell, what's happening now? You know? Rather than when I was in.
I was going to say, how long ago?
But no, I probably need to lose a good stone or probably a stone or two.
So, yeah, you said 5'9". Okay.
It's not a bad question. He's just stupid at answering questions, but he...
Stone or 2. So, that's around 15 stone. That's when you felt your best? Like 95
probably
kg?
something like that. Yeah, probably something like that.
Something like that. I'd want to make sure that this is your goal, man. What would be the best? Okay, 15, cool. Okay, bro. If you move on without getting a bigger gap, he's 5'9". If his goal is 95 kilos, that is obese. So you need to create a bigger gap. That's only 10 kilos that is the gap. It's like, okay, well, 95, I understand that it's more about how you feel and look, but transparently, 95 is still considered obese, and transparently, you would still have quite a bit of body fat. So is 95 kilo truly your goal, or if you really, like, would you want to lose more? I would want to lose more. Okay, cool. And then you can take it from there. He's adamant on like, oh, but like I can be a bodybuilder. Bro, no. You don't have biceps like Arnold Schwarzenegger. There are bodybuilders who are 160 pounds at 5'9", shredded, and they're bigger than you, you know. So don't make that point too much, but try to create a bigger gap. So that's what I would do. Okay, well, transparently, 95 kilos is still considered obese, and it's got its own health, like negative health consequences. Would 95 be the actual goal? Would 15 so be the actual goal, or if you could, would you want to lose more?
15, okay. 15 stone is what, 95? 15 stone or 95. When was the last time that you were at your best at 95 kilo or 15
Probably around, it all went pear-shaped to me, really. Probably around the COVID era, when the lockdowns and stuff like that. Funny enough, it was at the time, I was working at home, I was doing stuff like that. But I don't know, it was when everything came back, I just found it really hard. When the gyms did open up, I just found it really hard to get back into the rhythm of it again. Just felt like the rug could be pulled out from under my feet. And it felt like, well, I could be doing this and I could do it again next year. But I don't know, something about it. It's more of a mentality for me. I need to get back into a swing of things, and I need to get, lock in, you know? I've done it before, and I can...
He knows that discipline is a problem.
Sorry? How long have you known that it's been the case that you want to like lock in? Whether it's been the mentality of it?
Probably
Bang, good question. Very good. How long have you known that that's been the problem for,
Well,
and not fixed it?
swinging out of it for a good couple of years now. But what you normally do is you do it for about 3 months or something, and then
You language, what you normally do. No, it's what you do, mate. I don't do that.
one thing takes you out of the habit.
So you want to no, you want to bring to light the fact that he's using external language and he's not actually taking ownership of his problem. He's got a big ego, I can tell.
And then it's hard to get back on again. Normally around winter, I've always noticed winter things fall apart for me.
Is there a specific
By the way, that he's interrupting you and speaking louder over you sometimes.
You start wanting comfort food, and you've
Just then.
got Christmas coming up, and you know it's. I think the weather gets to the. You know, it's always dark, especially when you work shifts. It's dark when you can get up,
You?
dark when you come home. You know, that sort of thing.
It definitely doesn't help with the motivation side of things, but because you feel like
You don't need to use a softener with that guy.
even when it's dark outside,
It doesn't help with the motivation side of things, but like, don't say that. Do you feel as though the dark is the thing that's holding you back?
and the weather isn't really the best. Do you feel like that would still like kind of stop us from losing the weight and getting down to our goal?
Don't say us. You need to say you for him specifically. With a woman, it's more like, hey, I'm doing this with you. But for this guy, when he's already using external language and deflecting the problem, you need to help him to take ownership of that.
Well, it always. It's just a pattern I've recognised in terms of falling out of the formula, or falling out of the routine or the formula that you're following. You know, and yeah, I just always find winter always kind of goes to the wayside. It's easy to go to the gym and get motivated when it's sunny and it's it's so.
Like,
Um,
okay.
So I guess I just followed an Instagram page and then
See, now he feels as though he's got frame of the call. You need to be the one that's like, okay, but put that to the side for a second. Do you feel as though there is a version of you that even with the night shift and even in winter, considering you're in London or the UK, that even in those periods he still maintains his weight and he's not obese? Is there that version of you? Yes. Okay, what's the difference? Yeah, it's the discipline and motivation, you know, and I've just... And you know when you have the blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, cool. If you continue to lack the discipline, would you ever get to your goal? Can I share a perspective on why most men don't make the change? Because they don't perceive their problem as big enough. Get him to open up. Okay, cool. Are you committed to making a change? Bang.
I start getting the messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what is it? What is it that's being offered?
Like, he's hopped on the call onto your calendar and he's asking you the questions. You need to get frame back.
How does it work and how much?
Of course, I'll break everything down for you in just a moment, but I'm trying to find out that pattern as to why when it comes to win.
But the most important thing for both of us to find out is what has held you back over the past 6 years in terms of losing this weight.
The time that
Because there's no point me talking about the investment, the program, and what we do here if you're not the right driver inside of the vehicle. So is it okay if we go through this process and make sure that you are the right driver so that when we do go through the program, you actually lose this weight once and for all? Yes, okay.
you tend to fall off track and go back to the old ways, because I mean, if we can't solve that, then do you feel like you'd ever be able to get down
If you can't solve that,
to where you want to be? If we can't fix the root cause of it,
I think if I'm cautious of it this time around and see it coming and recognise it coming and go, right, you've been here before.
he uses you language when he's talking about bad things falling off. He uses I language when he's talking about getting better. Classic. We need to make sure that he's aware of that. Not like in this moment, but via saying you earlier.
Don't fall into it, you know. And I think as well with shift work, you end up taking on a lot of overtime, don't you? And
well,
I think the overtime-
overtime almost always, yeah.
yeah, that's normally when it, because when you finally get that one day off, you know, that day normally gets ended up filled with other stuff, and then it becomes I've been in the gym for a week, I've been in the gym for 2 weeks, so then you've got to do that first workout again. And that first workout when you're stiff the next day and you're walking like a tin man, and you know,
That's my favourite workout, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love that feeling the day after. Would you
Oh,
feel like
right.
in order for us to actually lose the weight, you have to be like living in the gym, basically?
Bro, he gave you it straight away. He said, I've been out of the swing of things. You can go macro. It's not about the gym, it's about you as a whole being disciplined to the process. You could have knocked that out straight away, like 8 minutes in, 7 minutes in. This isn't bad, but it seems as though whatever he throws at you, you're reactive to it instead of being proactive as a whole, following your process.
I don't know. It seems like I got into a just before Christmas this time actually. I found a gym local to me that was quite cheap as well, and I started speaking to people there, and they started showing me a bit more of an effective way to use the time. So it's like rather than you don't actually have to live here, you do effective stuff in a short time. So rather than like for example like the three sets of 10, they were talking how to train to failure and stuff like that. And
What I mean in
Yeah,
terms of like losing weight specifically.
don't forget to live in the gym now. I think it's more about diet now, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I understand that winter time is more depressing in terms
Yeah, so you're a smart man. You know how it goes.
of not wanting to go to the gym. That I can understand. Why do you feel like the diet suffers around that time of the year, though?
I suppose eating for comfort, eating as stress relief. I don't know.
You could even say, like, why do you feel as though you've fallen off track when it comes to your diet? Not at that time of the year, because then he can excuse it. But he is giving you the ammo here.
You just end up fancying more denser foods in that time of year, don't you? You know, no one eats a stew on a day like today, but you're more likely to have one in the winter. But just like you're not really going to have a salad in December. You know, it's
I mean, it's
You
not a
go for more
concrete rule that
comforting
that's the case.
what's that?
Yeah, I'm saying it's not really. It's not necessarily
An LP meta model.
a concrete rule that that's the case. To
Of
be
course
honest.
not. No, but
You know. Also, I noticing that you keep looking like that way. Is there something specific that you're looking at just out of curiosity?
I'm just looking outside, and this bit of paper was flapping there, it was making a bit of noise, but I've just got the doors open.
No, no worries. And I mean, like,
Not bad, keeping in focus in the conversation.
when it comes to the diet, is that where you see yourself struggling? Is more so like eating for comfort in that sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Like, I guess knowing that though, like, how long have you known that that's the case that you kind of eat for comfort around winter time?
How long have I known now? I don't know.
You've struggled with the diet. Okay. So knowing that you've struggled with the diet, do you think if you continue to lack the discipline, not build the discipline, and you continue comfort eating, do you think you'll ever get to your goal? No, well, of course not. Yeah, man. I mean, it is an obvious question, but you've obviously been doing the wrong actions to get here, and I'm here to make sure that you are held to the standard of you that's at 15 stone or less. Can I share a perspective on why a lot of men, even though they know that their discipline is the issue, they still don't stick to it, even though it's their health? Bang.
It's just something you've always, I don't know how long I thought that, but I'm one of those people that, some people don't, food's they're not really bothered with it. I'm one of those persons.
Externalized. Like, oh, some people have a good metabolism, and like, I'm one of those people where it's like, I have a bad metabolism, and I get cravings all the time. I'm a special snowflake.
It's people that look forward to their food, look forward to dinner, relax.
Everyone likes food, bro. Everyone has a favorite food. And if you don't, then you're one out of, let's say, 1 million people. Like, majority of people like food, bro. You're not the first, don't worry.
Like to eat, and like trying
So he's just externalizing. No, like, that's okay, man, I get that. Back to the question.
different stuff, and yeah, so I guess that's one of my,
Most people enjoy food. I also really, really like different foods and different cultures and everything. But do you think that, like, because we enjoy something, that we automatically mean that we have no limits with it in that sense?
no, we all know there should be limits, but yeah, I mean, I'm not one of these people that just,
I guess if you know that there are limits, man, why do you think that you've gone over those limits and you've gained 2 stone?
like, just stuff their face indiscriminately every day, but
No, we're not comparing yourself to that. Like, we're comparing yourself to the best version of you that obviously isn't 17 stone, yeah? You don't have to be as combative, but if you had Frame earlier on in the call, like, he wouldn't be doing this. I feel like he's got a monitor over there.
I don't know, I'm not,
Because, like, for example, yeah, you can love movies without watching them for 6 hours straight, you know what I mean? Or you like a wine, you like a wine, but it doesn't mean you finish a bottle or two every night as well, you know what I
no,
mean?
of course not, yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to like the food itself, is it that you love the food too much, or is it more so that there just isn't like clear boundaries around like when to eat or how much to eat more so?
I suppose it's more about,
I personally prefer the verbiage of there's not boundaries there, because that sounds external as well. It's like you haven't been disciplined when it comes to creating boundaries in your own diet.
clear boundaries, especially when you're on shift work as well, because it's hard to keep a timetable when it comes around to eating what means. Obviously, it doesn't always work, but most of the time it does, though. So, yeah.
So
That's why I started following the Instagram page, because it was like tips on things to swap snacks for and stuff like that. Because the guy on the Instagram page said I was like, yeah, I'll catch you at 2 o'clock in the morning, and literally the only thing available is the vending machine,
Yeah.
And
so more so it's not the food itself, but like a lack of structure around it, basically. Yeah.
yeah,
So
probably.
would you be willing to put boundaries in place if the men still enjoying the food and moving towards your goal? So, because like Joe, we will give the perfect routine, right? Especially when it comes to shift workers, we have the best routine in the space with the guidance, support, and accountability. But if you continue to not have that structure in place, do you feel like you'd ever actually get to your goal?
See, like, the structure, it's not bad, but he clearly, Martin, has not been disciplined. He's been an emotional eater, eating his feelings, and he's been avoiding them. So it's like, hey, man, doesn't matter what program you have, if you're still going to emotionally eat and ultimately lack the discipline, is there any chance that you'll reach your goal? And I think, I haven't seen the rest of this call, but I feel as though if you went that approach, he'd respect you more. Whereas him listening, it's like, yeah, if I get the right structure, it's going to help. But you haven't addressed the fact that it's his internal action.
No, probably not. Like if you're not going to stick to it, you're not going to.
Consistency and discipline at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah,
So are you committed to actually having that consistency and discipline in place to actually make your goal from a goal to a reality?
yeah, yeah.
100%. Okay. Now, this is a health goal, so I do want to ask you a few things. It's perfectly fine if you don't. But do you smoke or drink at all?
No, I don't drink.
The reason why we're doing this is to get money,
Not
ammunition for objections.
to excess or anything like that. And not only that, when I'm on shift, it's last thing I do. So normally,
If you were to
at
put down like
weekends
a
and things
weekly.
like
Okay. Is that like every weekend or most weekends? Or?
that. Normally at weekends, yeah, some wine with dinner, something like that.
Okay. No worries. And
A couple of
when it
beers
comes to-
on a sunny day, stuff like that. But again, it's normally I focus when it's when I'm off, and obviously social occasions, stuff like that.
And when it comes to fast food, how often would you be eating fast food? On a weekly basis, let's say.
On a fast food on a weekly basis.
Takeaways and stuff.
You could say fast food and restaurants as well, because some people say, "Oh, restaurants are healthy," but they're still spending money there.
Once a fortnight.
Hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
Bro, he's a tradie, bro. He's eating more than that.
And I guess like when it comes to the drinking aspect side of things, would you be willing on cutting back on some of them? I'm obviously not going to say like, never have a glass of wine or never have a few.
No,
beers.
yeah, I would be fine with cutting back on that, and yeah, it wouldn't be a problem to cut back either. Again, it kind of fluctuates anyway. It's more of a social setting more than anything else.
Yeah. Great stuff. So, and as well, is there anyone else that's at home as well?
Yeah, I've got a wife and 2 kids.
How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
Also, Martin, in that moment when you're like, "Oh, we're not gonna have to cut all of it out. It's okay," I feel like in that moment you could be like, "Okay, man. Well, it's not gonna be easy, but would you say that you're willing to cut most of, if not all of that out, if that's what it takes for you to get to your goal? Like, how important is this to you? Yeah, I'm going to cut out the alcohol. Okay, cool. No, I'm not going to. It's my lifestyle. Okay, and there's a way that we can go about it, but ultimately it's going to detriment, like, where something gives, something takes. If you genuinely love alcohol that much, that's fine. We can make it work. Would you say that you're willing to sacrifice some of it? Yes. Okay, cool.
15 and 10. He's just going to be, yeah, 15 and 10. It's going to be 11 soon, but yeah, 10.
Okay, great stuff. And out of curiosity, does your wife know that you're on the call with me today?
Yes.
Okay. And does she support you in your journey?
Yeah, she's going to be doing something similar.
Like program, is it?
She's not.
Yeah, so in this position, we're asking, basically pre-framing the wife objection. Does she support you? Would you make the choice without her?
No, she's going to be doing a. She lost a lot of weight before, and sort of around the same time as me. Again, same situation with COVID, and we kind of just found ourselves into a rut. But she knew how to. She's going to be doing the calorie
Ooh, leadership.
counting thing. She has an app with.
The calorie counting thing, the only thing that works. He's like, she gained weight in COVID while I gained weight in COVID. That could be enabler. He's the one that's failing to lead, blah, blah, blah.
She scans everything. She's telling me to do that as well. But yeah, she's going to be starting that soon, and yeah,
So she's like wanting to make you do this as well.
we're going to commit to losing it together.
Nice. Nice. It's good to have someone following along the journey with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I guess, Joe, like, what is it actually bothers you most about life at 17 stone? That makes you fed up to the point where you're actually willing to do the work to change it.
Just recognizing that you're overweight and taking responsibility for it. It's not.
What about the weight bothers you, though?
It's
I'm going to do that on 1 time speed.
What about the weight bothers you, though?
What about the weight bothers you, though? What about the weight bothers you, though? Because he said,
just recognizing that you're overweight and taking responsibility for it. It's not.
yeah, and I understand that, like, we're here to take responsibility and make the change, but what would you say specifically bothers you about the weight? Because he said your, once again, externalizing, and when I say you, what bothers you about the weight, emphasizing that, it lands better.
It's not how I should be. It's not how I should look. It's not.
Lack of alignment with his own personal standards, that's identity.
Is it more so like a physical appearance type of thing that's bothering you? Is it the longevity type?
Instead of saying, is it more this or that, be like, what do you mean by that? When you say it's not how you should be, what do you mean how you should be? How should you be?
Like, the reason why I'm asking is because without me finding out your core driver, then getting down to the result, or when we have moments of doubt or times that you want to give up at, and you're
Transparently, bro, I feel like you're lacking like frame on this call, and you're asking for permission before you ask a question. So you're like, the reason why I'm asking the question, he gave you a good answer, and it's like, just expand.
remind yourself of your reason why.
Pre-framing is not bad. You can do it often. I'm saying for this particular guy, I feel as though you were in this mental frame of like, I don't want to touch this guy the wrong way, otherwise he's going to punch me in the face. Whereas all you need to do is be like, digging in deep, having more frame.
That's why I'm asking, you know what I mean? So, is it more so physical appearance that's bothering you? Is it like longevity? What was
Probably
your
a physical
life
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the physical
That's what it was
appearance.
for me. That's what it was for me. It was more so physical. It's not because I felt
When you say probably physical appearance, probably or definitely? Okay, well, what don't you like about your appearance?
Felt unhealthy. It's not because of anything else. I just didn't like how I looked in the mirror at all. And like, it's perfectly fine if that's the case. People think it's egotistical, but it doesn't matter what they think.
You can say this spill, like your personal story, when he's like not opening up at all, but he's opening up.
Because at the end of the day, it's only important what you think. You know what I mean? So what is it about your
Having a standard isn't egotistical, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you feel like where you're at now, you're not at that standard?
See, this is like best buds. That's a good question, though.
No,
What is it about how you look now that bothers you?
Good question.
it's the belly, isn't it? It's no one likes it. No one likes the fact that they've got one, you know.
Well, when you say the belly, when you say no one likes it, as in like who?
Good.
Well, no one look.
You were like, belly? Oh, no, I need to check the identity, the fact that it's him, not anyone else. Good.
No one looks at themselves with a belly and goes, "Yeah, I look good." You know.
Well,
People want.
Not necessarily, but like there's a lot of people out there that are happy enough in their situation with their belly, to be honest with you. But why is it that bothers you specifically? Because it bothered me. But
Bro, don't like it out.
you, but like I know someone, of people out there that are happy enough in their situation with their belly, to be honest with you. But why is it that bothers you specifically? Because it bothered me, bothers you, but like I know someone that's perfectly fine where they're at and their belly is bigger than. Like,
Yeah. Some people they're not bothered by it. Well,
Exactly. So why is it that that the belly bothers you?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Feel like it maybe signifies so.
No, he's thinking. Let him think. Let him ponder.
Don't know. Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know what it is that, you know.
I guess there's a reason why you don't like it though. Like if you weren't to have the belly, I'm sure you'd feel in a much better state, you know?
Hmm.
So like, is it more so you just don't like how it looks?
Yeah.
Is it more so that it plays on your confidence in certain areas of life? Do you feel restricted? The fact that you have it, do you feel like you're noticing yourself
Just if you were to know, what would it be? See what he says. Oh, I really don't know. How is it affecting your day to day?
like holding your stomach when you're out in public, or not being able to take your top off when you're on holiday and stuff like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that now. No. Yeah.
It's a mixture of everything that I
Is that funny?
said, basically.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's all you know.
How long have you felt as though you're in that position?
A couple of years now, I guess.
I mean, what's that been like for you living those last few years, being in that position where you're not really living life on your own terms?
It's not something I've really focused on that much because I'm normally so busy. But you know, when it is a time, you know, say you've got like a wedding coming up or something like that.
See, this would land really well if you had the... Do you know why most men aren't disciplined? Because they don't perceive their problem as big enough, because they go through life providing financially, but physically and mentally, like, they're breaking down. So in order to actually change, we need to reflect on the actual pain that it's caused and leverage that to make a change. That would land better.
That's when it normally hits you. You see people that you've not seen for a couple of years and you're like, oh, you know, only takes one person to make a comment or something like that, you know. But
Do you
What comments have you gotten?
think that most of the time when these type of things are
Like, that would hurt. Oh, my aunt once said that I look fat. How did that impact you as a man, knowing that you let your personal standards drop?
coming, like a wedding or an event that happens that you haven't seen people in a while, you're like, ah, fuck, I hope they don't say something about my parents or something like that. Like, does that play in your mind often, does it?
not often, you know, to the point where it's, you know, an issue, but it does. It is there, yeah.
Yeah. But it's the fact that it's there that's like bothers you, basically.
Yeah.
I know that your partner is on her weight loss journey and that she supports you in everything that you're going to be doing. But has she made any comments about it in any way?
Like,
Not for me, no.
You're hitting the points, bro. This is good. Just about the right tug. Like, when he gives you something, you tug on it. Oh, you know, people, when you go out and you make... What comments have your family made? Oh, like, it wasn't that bad. No. Like, I understand it's not bad, but... They said something, didn't they? What did they say? How did it affect you?
Okay.
Nothing like a, you know, she sort of knows how I feel and knows how, you know, and but no, she's never said anything derogatory or like a snipe or anything like that, no.
Do you have any, like, I understand that the main reason why you want to lose the weight
That's enough deep pain, honestly. Okay, and I understand she loves and supports you either way, but is she concerned?
is because of, like, physical appearance, but is there any health concerns that are attached to that as well, or is it mainly
Health
physical
concerns?
concern?
No, not at the moment, but I know that there will be health, you know, obesity is to be avoided because obesity does come with health problems and they might not be affecting me at the moment, but they will affect me later on if I don't get a hold of it now. And I know it only goes, it's a one-way street. So yeah, I've not got anything at the moment that's worrying me, but I do know there is complications that can come up or will come up and are to be avoided, you know, for sure.
And does that make sense? So I mean, like, I guess how much longer do you actually want to be in this position now, where because you didn't have that like consistency and discipline in place, that you have to wake up every day in this position of not really liking how you look or not being able to do those things like take a top off on holiday?
Instead of saying not liking how you look, feeling, and this is where you need to get enough context in deep pain, but for example, when I go in deep pain, they will tell me, I feel disgusted, or I hate how I look, or I feel ashamed, I feel insecure, blah, blah, blah. To the point where you feel insecure and you're hating the way that you look. You get up every single day and you feel as though you're not the man that you should be. How does that impact you? Instead of saying you're not X, it's you're failing at X, or you're insecure. Not you don't like what you see. It's you hate what you see in the mirror.
There you go.
How long do I say the question again?
How much longer do you want to be in this position, basically, where because you didn't have this discipline and consistency in place that you have to wake up in this position?
Well, no, I don't want to be in it for much longer at all.
Yeah. Because I know we can make your goal a reality, right? For example, if you did continue down this path and you didn't break through this cycle, what would you see your life looking like if we let another 5 or 10 years pass by and you didn't make the right choice to get to your goal?
Well, I'll still be in the situation I'm in now, aren't I?
And those health
I mean, yeah, it's an obvious question, man, but like, do you think that reality's funny? What would it actually look like?
complications that you just spoke about, you feel like those would start creeping up and being more noticeable as to where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying this is scary or anything, but how would that make you feel if you did have those health complications or did become
Right,
obese?
mate, can we get to where we're going? Because I didn't sign up to have like a cross-examination. I just followed the page with some offering some.
Holy shit. That was out of nowhere. Excuse my language.
Yeah, exactly.
This pattern, you didn't break through this cycle. What would you see your life?
So, like, right here, this could be pre-framed. To be honest, I didn't see this coming. But I would be like, and I understand this can sound like a a weird question. I don't mean for it to be weird, but more so because I want to help. But X.
And you didn't break through this cycle.
Well, I'll still be in the situation I'm in now, aren't I?
And those health complications that you just spoke about, you feel like those would start creeping up and being more noticeable as to where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
See, right now, it's like you're telling him instead of you would be right now. What would that look like?
And I'm not
Whereas you're telling him, and then he's like, yeah, it's going to be shit, it's going to be shit. Look, man, I just want to sign up to the program. Tell me what it's about. Whereas if you're like, what would that look like? Oh, that would be pretty bad. Yeah. I would look like shit. I would feel terrible.
saying this is scary or anything, but how would that make you feel if you did have those health complications or did become
Right,
obese?
mate, can we get to where we're going? Because I didn't.
And I'm not saying this is scary or anything, but how would that make you feel if you did have those health complications or did become
Right,
obese?
mate, can we get to where we're going? Because I didn't sign up to have like a cross-examination. I just followed the page with some offering some advice and tips, and
Okay.
I just wanted to see what was to offer. I didn't know if there was like a camp nearby or something like that. Like, can we get to what's on offer and how much it's going to cost and stuff like that? Because I'm not really up for it.
Is that the most important thing to you? Is basically how much it's going to cost?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Well, I mean, like, is it something about the way I'm asking the questions, or is it about the question specifically that's bothering
it's just
you?
not something I signed up for to begin with. I didn't sign up for. I thought it was just going to be like a consultation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, if you go to the doctor because your head hurts.
Right, I
and
feel
you
like I'm on a
recommend
timeshare thing now. To be honest, mate, I feel like
What you
I
mean?
don't think this is something I want to take part in anymore. So thanks for the time, and I'm not interested. So thanks. I'm gonna leave. All right,
Worries.
take care.
Have a
Now.
nice day, Joe.
No, I'm no foul. Cheers.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Right, that's like 1 in 100. That's insane. Yeah, personally, I think that he could have felt more heard earlier in the call with Logic Phase. If you earned full respect in Logic Phase, he would have been less receptive to hang up at the end. But when you said like time shower, yeah, I would just question it. I understand that the questions are this, but they're designed in a specific way to make sure that you get to your goal. Have you ever been on a call like this before? No. Okay, well that explains, because you're stuck at 17 stone and you've been struggling over the past 6 years and you're at a position where you hate what you see in the mirror and your wife is also in the same position. So it's an interesting frame, but I hope that that advice helps. At the end of the call, it's hard to save. You can just be like, whoa, pause, just take a deep breath, bro. We're having a conversation. Where did that response come from? Like, do you have some internal feeling at the moment that's coming in between this conversation? Bang. Good stuff, mate.